Peace everyone, hope you're doing well. So here we are with yet another episode of Piers Corbyn The Truth. Now we are actually on episode 13 now, and some of the episodes that we've done have been very lengthy. So we're already now at episode 13 and we still have many more to come. So I already exposed Piers Corbyn's connection to this man that you can see here on your left, okay, who just so happens to be the person that you will see in the Daily Mail and all these mainstream media sources as the character that they wish for you to focus on, okay, for the anti-lockdown movement. They want you to think this man represents us, and as you can see by the people that he associates with there, they all are characters, and I've actually exposed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in this actual photo. I believe them all to be actors, and thousands of other people believe them to be actors as well, based upon their reoccurring presence in events that look very, very staged indeed. Also their behaviour, where they seem to be able to swear, insult, mock, shout, threaten, incite violence against the police, and nothing happens. For example, this man here not long ago was filmed by a supposed journalist, okay, and this man was filmed inciting violence against the police live on YouTube, streamed to thousands, watched by thousands more after the event, and he was filmed by a particular YouTube channel inciting violence against the police. The filmer then decided to upload it to YouTube, which is against the rules and policies of YouTube as stated clearly. Okay, now you're not allowed to upload videos that incite violence against a specified group of people, which is what he did. He did do that. It's all on camera, it's all provable, and the content was still uploaded anyway. So I think that tells you a lot, doesn't it? So let's get back to Piers Corbyn and this gentleman here, okay? So as you can see, they're both sharing the same stage, yeah? And then have a look at this photo. Again, Mr. Piers Corbyn, and again, a gentleman who is very infamous in the anti-lockdown movement, okay? And yet no one seems to know what his name is, this guy here on the right-hand side, with the tattoos around his eyeballs, yeah? No one seems to know, but yet Piers Corbyn is supposedly candidate to be Mayor of London, yet he is associating himself with people that we don't actually know who they are. They could be anyone. They could have a massive criminal record. They could be on parole. They could be on some kind of list, etc., etc. But yet we don't know who this man is. And here he is. So that's the man that Piers Corbyn chooses to be his right-hand man. The man who holds his megaphone. The man who holds his banner. That's who he's chosen to represent him, okay? So not only have we got this guy here associated with Piers Corbyn, yeah, who supposedly gets struck violently by the police, we also have this man who claims to have been allegedly attacked by the police. What a coincidence that his two right-hand men both seem to have got attacked by the police. Very interesting. So again, look, you know, that's who he wants to be, the right-hand man. And you can see on the left-hand side, Jeff Wyatt, proven Tommy Robinson supporter, and below him with a cap, grey cap, Biased Amy, proven Tommy Robinson follower. So Piers Corbyn is connected to 2 Tommy Robinson followers, and I have made a video about this. My last video about Piers Corbyn was about his connections to these people who are Tommy Robinson followers. Yeah, it's hardly a movement that I'd want to be part of. You know, a so-called anti-lockdown movement where at least 2 of them are known Tommy Robinson supporters and followers, okay? So, again, another picture of this grey bleeder about to shake Piers Corbyn's hand. and a picture of Grey Bleeder doing what he does, which is incite violence against the police, being an agent provocateur. So that's who Piers Corbyn wishes to associate himself with. That kind of person. Okay? This kind of person here. That's who the candidate to be the next Mayor of London, Piers Corbyn, brother of Jeremy Corbyn, almost became Prime Minister. That's who he wishes to be connected to. Okay? People like this. Yeah? People like this. That's who he wishes to be connected to. Okay? Simple and plain. Now, that was just a little intro, just for the people who have not got up to speed with Piers Corbyn. But now we're actually going to go into the subject matter of this episode. So bear with me. Yes, so what we have here is footage taken by Rupley over the course of about 4 hours in London, anti-lockdown protests supposedly. Okay, so what we have is this, this man here, and he's sort of being spoken to by police. Now, you see this guy on the right? Yeah? When I saw him just literally jump into the shot like this, I thought, I know that guy. I know that guy. I've seen him before, and it didn't come to me straight away. Okay, but what I want you to do is notice his sort of appearance. Very sort of gormless. I want to be careful how I describe this, but basically he just looks like some old man who really shouldn't be there, doesn't know where he is. Definitely not someone that you would say is sort of political. Definitely not someone who you would say is against the system. He just looks, a nondescript character. And if you check out the shopping bag as well, the shopping bag in these situations can be, not always, but can be an indicator that this person is a protest infiltrator. Okay, so let's zoom in into his face there. Okay, like I said, you could almost say he looks a bit like, during the JFK assassination, they pictured 3 tramps who were sort of almost questioned, in their involvement. And that's what he looks like. He looks like that, I'll be totally honest with you, okay? So what does that gentleman have to do with Piers Corbyn, you're asking yourself? Well, here you go. Okay? So this chap here is called Nick COLLARstrom. Now, some of you may know who he is, and others will. But in this kind of conspiracy world that we live in, he's very well known. He's written lots of books, has been on many sort of shows, etc. Now, here he is speaking at an event with Piers Corbyn. And as you can see, he's just got that look of, yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know, there's something about him that you just wouldn't really, again, use as a reliable character witness. So there he is with Piers Corbyn there. Okay, so that's the connection there. Now, we also have, let me just find it. We also have him stood right behind Piers Corbyn there, not long ago, as you can see there. Yeah. So Piers Corbyn there, speaking through the megaphone, and then you have Nick COLLARstrom right behind him there. So again, connecting himself to Piers Corbyn. Okay, so this is very intentional, very intentional. And again, more proof that they are actually connected to each other and they are actually speaking on stage. So what that would tell you is that Piers Corbyn is not only aware of Nick COLLARstrom's work, but also supports Nick COLLARstrom's work. Yeah? So what we need to do now is have a look. What I'd ask you to do is Google now Nick COLLARstrom, and let me just find the spelling for you. There you go. Google it, and then just basically see how they summarize him, because I'm not going to say the words that are tied to him. Okay, what they want you to do is, the first thing they want you to think about Nick COLLARstrom is something in particular, but I'm not going to say it on this video. So all you've got to do is Google Nick COLLARstrom, look at a summary, look at a description of him, and it's going to mention what he is there, okay? And that's basically what they want you to think of him, that he is that, and that he's connected to Piers Corbyn, okay? So as you can see from this screenshot, he's also done an interview with Mark Devlin. And one of the things that Nick COLLARstrom believes is that Paul McCartney died and they replaced him with someone else. Okay, now that's not something that I really either believe or want to get into. Okay, so there he is again. You might recognise that guy as Chris Spivey. There's Nick COLLARstrom. Nick COLLARstrom being interviewed by Richard D. Hall, which a lot of people were mentioning that's how they knew Nick COLLARstrom. Yeah. Here he is again. Now at this point, he doesn't seem to have that gormless face that he's all of a sudden started to adopt. Like this. Yeah, like this, look. Right, so 1 second. So yeah, at this point here, he doesn't have the same sort of visual appearance. Here, you know, you could say looks respectful, well presented, not a problem, yeah? But then, all of a sudden, you come to, like, now, I mean, look, this is perfect comparison. Yeah? So basically, they've turned someone who they say is a historian, a lecturer, has PhDs or whatever it is, yeah? They've turned him in to now that. Can you see the difference? It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy what they've done. And now, was it intentional? Yeah? Was it intentional to smear the anti-lockdown movement with this man here, who is connected to Piers Corbyn? This man who believes that Paul McCartney died and was replaced. He writes about crop circles, and you know, a lot of people who've been talking about crop circles have turned out to be absolute shills and traitors. So make of that what you will. But yeah, he talks about Newton's theory of the moon's motion and stuff like this, and false flags. But then he'll put in stuff like Paul McCartney is replaced by an actor and crop circles and stuff like this, you know? So I think it's really interesting how here he is, like I said, normal looking, respectable, and then like that. So they basically dress him up like some sort of tramp. He actually looks like the guy from Last of the Summer Wine, Compo. Yeah? That's what he looks like. Or one of the JFK tramps. One of the 3 tramps in the JFK situation. Yeah? So really, anyone who takes Piers Corbyn as a credible leader of the anti-lockdown movement, I just don't know what to say. When he ties to himself to people like this, Grey Bleeder, who do this in public, yeah. Basically, how much more proof do you want that Grey Bleeder's an agent provocateur? He does stuff like this. This was 2 years ago, and then only recently, like I said, he's inciting violence against the police live on YouTube, and then the person who filmed it has the audacity to then upload it to YouTube, which is against YouTube policy. And, you know, people really could get that taken down. But we're not petty. Yeah, we're not petty unlike some people. And, you know, the person who filmed that... oh, dear. I don't know what to say about you, really. Yeah. What else can you say? So, yeah, Piers Corbyn connected to this guy here, who literally has an earpiece in his ear as well. He's connected to this guy here. Yeah, I mean, he's connected to this guy here. And like I said, this is the 13th episode. So I've got 12 other episodes of showing you people that he's connected to who are just not good, reliable character witnesses. I mean, he's tied to Piers Corbyn. Piers Corbyn is tied to this man here who wears an earpiece and incites violence against the police. He's connected to Jeff Wyatt, who's holding that sign, who is actually a Tommy Robinson supporter. Proven. He's connected to this cricket man, a man who goes to a serious anti-lockdown movement protest and decides that the best thing to do is wear cricket whites and a cricket helmet. Yeah? So again, he's connected to him as well. He's held Piers Corbyn's megaphone, this cricket man. He's done that. He is connected to him. Jeff Wyatt connected to Piers Corbyn. Grey Bleeder connected to Piers Corbyn. Yeah? I mean, look, can you not see them in the same shot there? Out of all the people in the world, it's Grey Bleeder who stood next to him. Out of all the people in the world, he's chosen this guy to be your right-hand man. This guy who no one knows what his actual name is. And you're standing next to him constantly. He's holding your banners. He's holding your megaphone. You're constantly photographed with this man, but yet no one knows who he is. How is that transparent? It isn't, is it? So why are they hiding the identity of this man? Why are they doing it? I mean, how much more proof do you want that he's connected to nefarious characters? This tap man here, again, incites violence against the police on numerous occasions. Mocks them, humiliates them, shouts at them, swears at them, snarls at them. He's been in the Daily Mail, for goodness sake. So there he is. There he is. Piers Corbyn's right-hand man, looking like some kind of reptilian lizard, snarling at the police, next to this guy who's been exposed as an actor twice now. Next to this guy on the left-hand side who's also been exposed as well. You know, the stereotypical England fan. Oh, and he happens to have a Trump hat on as well. Oh, and he happens to get arrested as well. Oh, and he happens to be a Trump fan who literally walks around London with a massive Star-Spangled Banner and a rubber mask of Trump. What grown man decides to do that with his life? He's not even in America. So that's who Piers Corbyn aligns himself to. This man here. Someone defend it. Where's Piers Corbyn countering what I'm saying? Where is UK Column countering what I'm saying? Where is UK Column showing you what I'm showing you now? Ignorance is bliss. Or are you being ignorant intentionally because you don't wish to stoke the fire, because you know deep down that you and Piers Corbyn are on the same side, UK Column? So do you promote this man here, do you? UK Column, do you promote him as the face of the anti-lockdown movement when he's in the paper like this? Is that who you promote, UK Column? Yeah. Are you going to find out who he is? Are you going to use your incredible journalistic skills to find out who he is for us? You know, because he is the right-hand man of Piers Corbyn, the brother of Jeremy Corbyn, who could have been Prime Minister, and he's a right-hand man of Piers Corbyn, who wishes to be the Mayor of London, who wishes to be the leader of the anti-lockdown movement, but yet no one knows who this man is. So I'm calling UK Column out. Use your incredible journalistic skills and find out who he is. Or does it not concern you that you don't know who the right-hand man of Piers Corbyn is? The man who could be Mayor of London. Does that not bother you? I just find it incredible. Absolutely incredible. So yet again, we're now approaching 20 minutes for this episode of Piers Corbyn The Truth. So it's not like I'm struggling for content, is it? So, you know, just to summarise now. You have this man here on the left called Nick COLLARstrom, who all of a sudden starts to behave erratically, dress erratically, when at one point he looked like this. He looked like this. Normal. Yeah? And then all of a sudden, they put him into the anti-lockdown movement and they dress him up like this, like the guy from the Last of the Summer Wine. And they just literally make him walk in front of the camera, stand there looking gormlessly with his shopping bags, and that's that. So this man here, who supposedly is a respected, well, he's a historian, right, who does lectures, who's been interviewed by Mark Devlin, by Rich D. Hall, etc., etc. And he's connected to Piers Corbyn as well. And that's how they've made him look now. Like some guy who's just turned up not knowing what even day it is. This is embarrassing. How do you go from that to that? How? Please, someone explain. And he talks about Paul McCartney passing away and they replace him with an actor. He talks about crop circles. And look, there he is again with the shopping bags. Yeah? There he is lecturing with Piers Corbyn. There he is with Piers Corbyn again. So, viable proof that he is connected to Piers Corbyn. When you're speaking on the same stage, that's it. That's proof, okay? And, you know, Google Nick COLLARstrom, see how they summarise him, and that's basically what they want to tie to the anti-lockdown movement, okay? Simple and plain. And let's just leave it on this delightful photo of Piers Corbyn, the next possible next mayor of London, the leader of the anti-lockdown movement, brother of world-famous Jeremy Corbyn, who could have been the Prime Minister of England. And there he is with his right-hand man, who no one knows who he is. Are we living in a dictatorship? Are we living in somewhere where there's censorship, so you're not allowed to know the people who are connected to the people that you're going to vote for? Are we in some mafia underworld right now that I don't know about? There is no way that the candidate to be the next mayor of London should have an entourage like this and you don't know who they are. And you don't know their background. And you don't know what they represent. We are not living in a mafia underworld as far as I'm aware. So there needs to be transparent information on who the next mayor of London potentially could be and who is an entourage right now are. So UK Column, use your journalistic abilities and your 100,000 subscribers, which you've nearly got, and find out who this guy is. Or are you not concerned? Are you not concerned that you don't know who he is, even though he could be the right-hand man of the next mayor of London? Even though this guy has been shown in the Daily Mail with his top off, snarling at police, inciting violence. Are you not bothered about that, UK Column? Are we not going to question Piers about it? Are we going to just let it go? Well, I'm not, and I'm going to keep calling people out until something's done about it. Because there's no way that this should happen in a free world. Alright? So, where there's darkness, we shine our light the brightest. No new normal. Unite the people to fight the evil. Peace, not war. Peace, not war. I'll be back for more. Take care of yourselves and of others. This is John Overkill, and we are over and out, brothers and sisters. Peace.